Okay, this is the first day, first class. What you've received from me at this point, or at least you should have received from me an email, and that email is coming from Ron Bannon. That's who I am. My email address is B as in boy, the at symbol, NNON.US. You should have received an email from me. In that email, basically, it's very short. It says, welcome to the spring 2021 Math 120 section 001 online course, an online course, of course. All right. So it also goes on to say, if you're going to, contact me, I think the best way to do it is by this email. So if you need to me, I wouldn't be contacting me unless you need to contact me. It's kind of overwhelming if people email me with just, saying hello or something. But if you need something, please do consider emailing me and directly reply to this message. All you have to do, a message. So if we keep it this way, all the responses will be under that same title, which is ECC Spring 2021 Math 120001. So it'd be good if you can do that. All right. So what I asked you to do was, please watch the attached introductory video. I'm hoping you've done that before coming to class, but if you haven't done it yet, don't worry about it. You can always do that in the future. This video, though, is being served to you through a product that what's going to happen to the video is it's going to disappear in 30 days. All right. Reason for that, I don't want to send out big files to you. So you have to click on it to have that video load. And once you do that, the video will load and you can play the video. Just click it and play. I'm not going to play the Math 120 course webpage. I try to summarize. All right. We'll certainly go through that again. So I'm gonna go back to really what you need to start with. Certainly getting the email from me, but also of equal importance is the school is running this through Moodle Rooms. So I'm going to go to the website and the Moodle Rooms website, and this is the student view of it. So it says class information. It says, for the most current version of the course guide, you need it. You need to go to this website here. We'll discuss that in a moment. There's also a video here. It's the same video I sent you in the email. Yeah, you should watch it. There's a little, section here where you can post, introduce yourself. Maybe a good idea, just, maybe who you are, what you're majoring in, blah, 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 whatever you want to say. Keep it open, keep it friendly, though. All right. Measurable course performance objectives. I wouldn't worry about it for the most part. It's something the schools, officials type things. So in the first thing, what you notice over here, it says, January 19th through January 24th. That's this week. What does it say? It's not available. This is not available to you. Now, why is it not available? It says it'll be available. Well, on one, it'll be available on January 19th. Well, that should be available, but only if you've passed the orientation quiz. So what you need to do is go to the online course orientation video and quiz and take the quiz and pass it. Once you do that, what's going to happen is a link to WebAssign will be available in the January 19th through January 24 entry. You want to do that. You want to go there. All right, let me read this through to you. Zoom lectures will occur during scheduled class times. All right, now for you guys, that's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 8:30 to 9:50. I will record and post these sessions for viewing at your convenience. You're still expected to attend during class times, those Zoom sessions. We'll get to that, right? If you have unresolved issues after watching the Zoom lectures, I suggest you come to my Zoom office hours to address your concerns. I do. I recommend you come to office hours to get your concerns addressed. You should be getting your concerns addressed if you're working at the course, though. Like if you're not working and you're coming and saying, well, I don't do anything, but I have concerns I'm not going to pass the course. If you're not going to do anything, you're not going to pass the course. You have to work hard in this course to pass it. All right. So I'm going to go to the next thing. It says course notes, schedule, Zoom links, and syllabus are posted on my course website. All right. There's a link here. You can click on it, take you there. All right. Please register for WebAssign as soon as possible. Once registered, you will may access WebAssign without having to come through Moodle Rooms. If a link is not working, you should notify me by email. All right. Now you can't register for WebAssign yet until you pass the orientation quiz. Once you do that, this week will open, and in the week you're going to see a WebAssign link. All right. It'll open up. You don't have to pay for it. You've already paid for it. You don't need an access code. Use your real name though, right? If they ask you for it, don't start putting aliases down. We need to know who you are. Just like with the Zoom sessions, use your real name. All right. I'm going to go to the course website now. Oh, I am on the course website. What am I talking about? Let me go to there. Course website. Oh, you know what? I'll follow the link. So what's the link right over here? Let's do that. This is the course website. All right. Now, certainly, if you watch the introductory video, you've seen this already. I'll just quickly go through it with you. So what does it say? You may download and print the notes for free. So if you click on that, it'll bring you to Dropbox. You'll get the notes. I think at this point, you probably should have the notes. If you don't have the notes, click on the link and get the notes. What's going to happen? Dropbox will open. If it asks you to join, you can say no thanks. These are the notes. The notes are long. We'll go page by page. It was last updated on January 17th. These notes throughout the semester are most likely going to be updated pretty often, but let's not worry about that. What are you worried about? Getting through the course. How do we do that? One page at a time. So today what we're going to be starting with is trigonometric functions. We'll get to that later. Let me go back to the course website. All right, so get the notes. Notes are free. There's no excuse for not having them. The notes will provide structure to the classroom, whether it's virtual or real. Only structure though. They're not really teaching you the material. It says over here, you should not use these notes as an excuse not to attend. You need to attend every single lecture. And we meet 3 days a week. These notes include all materials taught and information about required assignments and exams. We'll talk about that as we go through the notes. Syllabus, let's briefly go through it. You click on that, the syllabus will open. I'm going to close the sidebar so it gets bigger. Essex County College, Math 120, Pre-Calc 2, Spring 2021 class semester. It gives you the link to the course webpage. That's something important. It tells you that I prefer to be contacted at my email address, Bannon, which is B as in boy, the @ symbol, nnon.us. Again, the course webpage. Class meetings. You know what? I got another class meeting down there we don't have. But anyway, that's going to be canceled. So it meets Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's our class that we're talking about now from 8:30 to 9:50. You got to get to those Zoom sessions. All right, we'll go through that later. All right. So let's keep going. Be aware. Aware of what? Well, this course is being offered online. You need reliable access to the internet. However, and by the way, I don't think this is likely, we may return to school at some point. Now, it's not going to happen soon, but who knows? Maybe a miracle will happen. Maybe we'll be back in session soon. I doubt it, but who knows? So what you have to do is plan on online only, unless the school tells me that you got to go face to face. Right now, don't worry about that. Course description. This course, along with Math 119, which you should have taken already, or at least taken a placement test indicating you know the material for that, is going to prepare you to take Math 121, which is Calc 1. All right, required materials. All right. Okay, I can't say this enough times. You are absolutely required to have a reliable internet access. It would be great if you had a quiet room. However, what I've noticed is most people don't have that luxury. So the microphone is not on during lecture. Only my microphone is on during lecture. You're going to be muted. You need to attend these lectures. They're lectures. It's like you're coming into a lecture room with a large number of students listening to a lecture. I recommend that you listen to those lectures. They may go too fast for you. However, if they do go too fast for you, you will be able to watch them off schedule at the end of the week when I post those lectures. Where were they posted? On the course webpage. Proctored assessment rules. I'm required to write this blurb down here. Don't worry about it right now. This is not your concern at this point. All right, but they're saying that you're going to be proctored for your exams. Let's not worry about that. All right, course prerequisites, Math 119 or by placement. All right, Gen Ed kills, it's going to a Gen Ed goal. Course goals, I'll be honest, my course goal is to get you through the course day by day. All right, what does that mean? Going through my notes, doing a lecture, doing examples, getting you guys to do supplemental problems, and then passing assessments on WebAssign. All right, method instructions, bottom line, it's lecture. It is lecture. If you need to talk to me on one-on-one basis, though, you're going to be coming by during office hours. Class requirements, you need to get the notes. Can't say enough time. Notes, notes, notes. You'll get them. Be active. What does active mean? Show up to class. Listen to me during class time. Try to make sense out of what's being presented to you. Look over the notes, look over the examples, do the supplemental problems, do the web assign. You're going to do fine. All right. Exams, they'll be scheduled. Don't worry about it now. All right. Grading criteria, homework and class participation, 15% of your grade. 2 tests are worth 20%. We call test 1, test 2. 1 midterm worth 22.5%. A cumulative final exam worth 22.5%. You must pass the final exam with a 7% or better. You should be able to do that if you're following along. All right, if you're following along. All right, tentative grade breakdown, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, you get a grade at the end of the semester. Academic and grade integrity. I know you guys are off on your own. Please try not to cheat. Code of conduct. Really haven't had much issues with this. Most students are adult. They behave like adults, and I appreciate that. If you have a disability, please consider contacting the disability office at Essex County College to get an accommodation. Tentative class schedule, it's a Zoom session, and we'll go through that next. All right, syllabus has been covered. That's always going to be there for you. Let's go back to the course website. And again, I know it's redundancy. Get the notes, get the syllabus. Let's talk about schedule. Let me expand it again. I'm going to close the sidebar. When do we meet? Math 120, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. That's a Zoom session. Yep, you got to get there. Zoom, 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 Zoom. All right, office hours. You may need to see me during office hours. Well, you can come by on Monday between 8 and 9:40. It's also Zoom, and I'll talk about to get there a little bit later. Wednesday, 8 to 9:40. Zoom again. Tuesday, Thursday, office hours, 11:30 to 12:40. Zoom again. If you need to make an appointment to see me, though, I make appointment hours on Tuesday, Thursday, 10 to 11:20. Let me point this out. Appointment hours are just that. You need to make an appointment. The other ones, I'll be there. So the other ones, I'll be there. All right, let me keep going. We talked about the notes, talked about syllabus and schedule. For those students that get confused by how do I get to Zoom? What's the code? What's the password? There's no code. There's no password. I have open Zoom. I think it's the easiest thing to do unless there's trouble. I have not seen any trouble. But if you click on this link, like if you get here on Tuesday at 8:30 and you click on that link, you'll enter my classroom at 8:30. For you want to take my Zoom, you click on this link. Let's say you want to come to my office hours at 8 o'clock on Monday. Click on that. It'll take you to my office Zoom room. All right, let me review the WebAssign with you. WebAssign must be done through Moodle Rooms initially. You need to pass the assessment first, then go to week 1 and click on the WebAssign link. You're going to get into the Math 120 course WebAssign. There'll be assignments there for you. We'll talk about that with the notes later. At the end of the week, I take all my lectures, including this one here, and I'll post it here. So when you click on this over here, let's say you missed today's lecture, it would be here at the end of the week. It's not here now because the lecture's ongoing. I'll upload it at the end of the week, and I'll talk about that at the end of the week as well. All right, let me go back to the course webpage. ECC also offers tutoring. You can use it if you want. My recommendation to you is come to class, listen, study my notes, look at the examples, do the supplemental problems, do the WebAssign, and after you've gone through all that, if you got questions, come see me during office hours to get those issues resolved. All right? You're going to hear me throughout the semester mention what's known as a computer algebra system. It is optional. You will not be tested on it. For those students thinking about moving forward academically, I would recommend watching this little video over here. Don't be overwhelmed today, though. All right? So I'm going to, say that this has been introduced. And the next thing we're going to do is going to go to the class notes. I want to talk about the structure of the class notes, though. All right. You need to get the notes. You'll see me work on the notes. The notes are providing structure, but they're not a textbook. I want to tell you what the notes are going to look like, though. Like for example, section 1 of the notes is trigonometric functions. We'll do this today. Right now, we're just talking about it. If you click on this red, it'll take you there. What does it say? Well, you're in section 1 of the notes. What page is that on? 18. What does it say? Trigonometric functions. Instructors and students are encouraged to use this document to structure the coverage of materials in this section. At the completion of this section, students have done the following: completed web-assigned assignment. That's only after you've completed this section, by the way. All right, we'll talk about that in a moment. We would also like you to make a weekly discussion group or come by during office hours and make some comment to me. Make sure you're participating, please. Either it's a discussion group or come by during the office hours and have a little discussion with me. All right. So what are we going to do? You're going to get lecture. What happens with a lot of students during lecture is they can't understand, they can't follow. That's going to happen to you. You're going to hear things you can't understand. You're going to see things you can't understand. That's your objective, is to try to understand what's being presented. I will present this stuff at the whiteboard. We're not there yet, but I'll go through a presentation of this, right? Page by page, presentation of what you need to know from this section. You might be horribly confused after that's presented to you. I'm hoping you'll be okay with it though, at some point. You'll see me go through that in lecture today. All right. All right. So what do? After we go through that lecture, which is not going to take long, we need to hammer down what you need to know from the lecture, which is examples. So if you look at these examples over here, I want to point out, I write an example down, I'll read it to you, I'll be at the whiteboard, I'll do the work for you, and we'll talk about this blue area, which is the answer. There's also little videos embedded in the notes. You're more than welcome to watch these videos. It's helpful. If it's not helpful, don't watch the videos. But you're going to see throughout the notes a bunch of embedded videos that you're more than welcome to watch. They might help you. They may not help you. Maybe a complete waste of time. You need to learn the material. But I will go through the examples at a whiteboard, one by one by one. They may go too quick for you. You may have to come back at the end of the week and watch them, or simply watch the spot videos, whatever works for you. But you got to learn it. You got to learn the material they're presenting to you. So I go through a bunch of examples, and then what do? We get to a stage where it says, oh, supplemental activities. This is where you get to try. You need to try. This is the saddest thing we have. A lot of students believe they don't need to try. They think they understand by watching. You don't understand anything until you try. You'll see your weaknesses when you try. So what do? I give an example. In the blue area, I give answers. There's no work there. However, at the end of the week, I'll also publish solutions to these things here of me working at the whiteboard for these problems over here. All right, so I think I'm done with this. We'll start lecture next, but we'll take a short break, and then we'll start it up, okay?